I collect Subarus because my neighbor had one when I was younger, and I got one when I was in college. That's almost exclusively all I've driven since. There's a lot of driving in driving this car because you have to be very prepared for a lot of things. Those 10-inch wheels are spinning and you can hear everything. You're sitting over the wheel, basically, and it definitely has a feeling of going 100 miles an hour. I can't quite explain it or why, but it's a little bit scary every time I get behind the wheel. So it requires a lot of attention to the road, which is somehow exhilarating, even though you're going 45 miles an hour. You know, it's cramped. It's you know, there's not a lot of headroom, and I have to keep the trips to, you know, less than a half an hour. Otherwise, I have to, you know, visit the chiropractor the next day. I don't know, the front I think is really interesting looking with those big round headlights and the scripted Subaru emblem, which is, I don't think it was on any other cars other than this one that I could think of. I think it's just a really interesting look with these tiny little windshield wipers, and I just think it looks interesting. The engine is a 356cc two-stroke, and it's an air-cooled engine. It's just a little two-cylinder. It makes around 25 horsepower. The power delivery is, you know, it's a very small engine. It's a very small car. It weighs around 1,100 pounds, but it's, you know, really doggish and slow. It may get to 60 miles an hour. Takes maybe 30, 40 seconds. It's very noisy, so the engine compartment is in there. There's a dampening cover over the back of the engine that, if it's off, is excruciatingly loud and hot and noisy. So with it on, it's just loud and hot and noisy. It's air-cooled, two-stroke. It's hot. The Subaru started to make these, really, this was the first mass-produced car after the war. So it was very utilitarian. You know, there's several versions of the car. This is a van, but they're very, you know, highly engineered, very simple, very basic transportation for the people of Japan after the war. My name is Scott Coletti. I own a 1970 Subaru 360 van.